the conclusion of the regular baseball season, members of the Baseball Writers Association of America, BBWAA, gather to cast their votes for the prestigious end-of-year awards. As is my tradition, I keep my actual voting choices under wraps. This year, I have the honor of voting for the National League Rookie of the Year. But I do create hypothetical ballots for the other significant postseason player awards distributed by the BBWAA. You might find that the outcomes of these awards are quite predictable at this stage, so I apologize if my insights don't come as a surprise. There was only one category where I felt I could make a compelling argument for a candidate other than the current frontrunner, but placing that alternative player at the top would have been more of a contrarian stance than one grounded in solid evidence. Regardless, these mock votes hold no weight in the actual awards process. Here's how I would have cast my votes for the American League and National League MVP, the Cy Young Award, and the American League Rookie of the Year. American League MVP, player, position, team. Let's go through it. Aaron Judge, offense space. Cal Raleigh, catcher, Mariners. Bobby Witt Jr., SS, Royals. Tarik Skubal, LFP, Tigers. Jose Ramirez, third base, Guardians. Julio Rodriguez, offense space, Mariners. Byron Buxton, offense space. Garrett Crochet, LFP, Red Sox. Jeremy Pena, offense space, Astros. Michael Garcia, third base, Royals. In my view, there's little room for debate here. If it weren't for two key factors, namely that Aaron Judge has previously won this award, including last year, and that Cal Raleigh has emerged as a compelling narrative and fan favorite with the best nickname in the league, Judge would likely be the clear winner, and he might still be regardless. However, it seems that people need topics to write about and argue over. I believe that Raleigh is more comparable to Bobby Witt Jr. than to Judge. And the wins above replacement WAR statistics support this perspective. This isn't meant to diminish Raleigh's remarkable season. It's simply a reflection on the nature of this specific award. There's no disgrace in being recognized as the second best player in the league. Speaking of Judge, he is just one season away from being eligible for the Hall of Fame, and he has already surpassed 60 BWAR, boasting 2 MVP awards and likely a third on the way. Along with a Rookie of the Year title and over 360 home runs. His career thus far has established a resume worthy of Hall of Fame consideration, aside from the relatively short duration of his career. Notably, he is only 3 WAR behind Dave Winfield among all position players standing 6 feet 6 inches or taller. This marks his 4th season with an 8 WAR total, his 4th season hitting 50 home runs, and his 5th season with an on-base percentage exceeding .400. My preseason prediction for this award: Julio Rodriguez had a lackluster first half, but has turned his season around with impressive defensive plays in center field and a surge in power since the All-Star break. He has hit more home runs in the second half than he did in the longer first half. Additionally, I had anticipated a breakout year for Michael Garcia in 2024. Can I claim partial credit for that? I was also taken aback that no hitters from the Orioles made the cut, especially considering the general expectation that their offense would propel them back to the playoffs this year. While their pitching has struggled, the lineup has also underperformed, with only Gunnar Henderson, 5.1 BWAR, contributing significantly above replacement level. American League Cy Young Player Type Team, YLF, at some point. Tarik Skubal, LLHP, Tigers. Garrett Crochet, LHP, Red Sox. Max Fried, LHP, Yankees. Hunter Brown, RHP, Astros. Brian Wu, RHP, Mariners. I see Tarik Skubal as the clear frontrunner, with Garrett Crochet in a solid second place, followed by either Max Fried or Hunter Brown in a close contest. The suspense surrounding this award is about as thrilling as watching paint dry. While Trevor Rogers has impressive season statistics according to Baseball Reference's ERA-based WAR calculation, his performance is heavily influenced by an unusually low batting average on balls in play, BABIP, and he's only pitched 106 innings. I would prefer to reserve the last few spots for players who have handled a more typical starter's workload and performed nearly as well. Since the year 2000, there have only been 47 6-WAR seasons by left-handed pitchers, according to Baseball Reference, and Skubal has achieved 2 of them, matching the totals of David Price and Blake Snell, both of whom have also won Cy Young Awards during their careers. American League Rookie of the Year, Player, Position, Team. All-Star Jacob Wilson, American League Rookie of the Year. Nick Kurtz, 1 base, athletics. Nick Kurtz should be the unanimous choice for this award. His performance has been outstanding and no other candidate comes close. He even had a game where he hit 4 home runs, which adds an exciting highlight to his season. I placed Roman Anthony ahead of Jacob Wilson because he has generated nearly the same value in only about 60% of the playing time. And Anthony doesn't play half his games in a park that resembles a Little League field. Additionally, I want to give a shout-out to Rule 5 pick Shane Smith, whose rookie season with the White Sox has been worth 1.7 FWAR. He is one of 4 AL rookie pitchers to pitch at least 100 innings this year, led by Will Warren. While few Rule 5 selections evolve into valuable long-term assets for their drafting teams, Smith appears poised to be a significant contributor to the White Sox as they continue their rebuilding efforts. National League MVP, Player, Position, Team. Shohei Ohtani, DH, RHP, Dodgers. Geraldo Perdomo, Sessman, Diamondbacks. Corbin Carroll, OFS, Pirates. Christopher Sanchez, Phillies. Juan Soto, OF Mets. Fernando Tatis Jr., Padres. Trea Turner, Phillies. Francisco Lindor, Cess Mets. Kyle Schwarber, DH, Phillies. This race isn't even close. Shohei Ohtani would secure the MVP award based solely on his batting prowess. And when you factor in his contributions as a pitcher, it feels like an overwhelming advantage. What's more intriguing is the clear second-place contender, Geraldo Perdomo, the shortstop for the Diamondbacks. He entered the 2025 season with a career FWAR of 4.8 and has already reached 6.9 this season alone as of Monday morning. He has more than doubled his career home run total and achieved personal bests in batting average, on-base percentage, slugging, and stolen bases, all while maintaining excellent defensive skills at shortstop. The performance of Arizona's lineup this year reinforces the notion that they made the right decision in pursuing Corbin Burnes during free agency. If he stays healthy, they could be ahead of the Padres and putting pressure on the Dodgers at this point in the season. Trea Turner has made a remarkable turnaround, going from -12 runs above average on defense over the past 2 years combined to +11 this year at the age of 32. Bryson Stott has filled in at shortstop during Turner's absence and has performed just as well. With both players already in Philadelphia and Aiden Miller likely a half season away, it would be fascinating to see how the Phillies manage their middle infield in the coming years. This defensive inconsistency is why I consider Sanchez to be the true MVP for the Phillies this year, rather than Turner or Kyle Schwarber, whose impressive contract year performance has led to a career-best season, but who remains a designated hitter without adding any defensive value and losing some positional worth. National League Cy Young, Player, Type, Team, Section, All, SNP, Pirates, Christopher Sanchez, LHP, Phillies, Logan Webb, Giants, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Dodgers. Christopher Sanchez is closer in performance to Paul Skenes than public perception might suggest. As of Monday afternoon, Skenes leads Sanchez in F-WAR by 0.4 and B-WAR by 0.2. Skenes holds a slight edge in ERA, approximately 0.6 runs, and a smaller advantage in FIP, but Sanchez has pitched the equivalent of an additional start and competes in a slightly less favorable home park. In fact, PNC Park currently has the lowest home run factor, rated at 76 according to StatCast. I suspect Skenes will win the award unanimously, even though their statistics are nearly identical, certainly too close to call based solely on WAR. Logan Webb is once again leading the National League in innings pitched and is likely to be the only MLB starter to surpass 200 innings this year. He has even elevated his performance, achieving the best strikeout rate of his career, although this coincidentally comes with the highest BABIP allowed in his career. He remains significantly underrated at this point, and that may continue until the Giants return to the postseason. Jesus Luzardo was also in the running. He ranks 4th in the NL in FWAR, but that metric compensates for his long-standing struggles with runners on base. This season, he has allowed a 218, 268, 319 line with the bases empty, but a 287, 364, 441 line when pitching from the stretch.